Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz, brought to you by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores and Mortgage Pro there at McKinley team. Brett Pritchard and Randy Lee here with you for your lunch hour, and we're glad that you've joined us wherever it is that you might be tuning us in, whether it be on TV, radio, or on Facebook Live. And a lot of you tune us in on Facebook Live and are able to interact with us, making some comments there, bringing up some topics. We have a lot to cover that we want to go over today in this episode of the Auburn Blitz. And again, I want to thank all of you for out there tuning us in every single day. I want to thank Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores and Mortgage Pro there at McKinley team. Couldn't do this program without either one of them. So they're very valuable to us. So why don't you go out and patronize them and return the favor? That's why they do what they do here on Auburn Blitz. Randy, good to see you. Been a great weekend for Auburn football again as they improved to 5-0. With an annihilation of Mississippi State. I think we all kind of felt like Auburn was going to be able to maybe have a coming out party against Mississippi State, finally put it all together, play their most complete game being back at home with a night game at Jordan-Hare Stadium, and it turned out that way.
It definitely did. And, you know, I didn't realize, I didn't remember back to the 94 season, but Bo Nix's father's coming out party was against Mississippi State too. It's crazy to look at the stats that Pat Nix had during that game and compare them to what his son just did on Saturday. But we have sat up here, and I've been the main one beating the drum, saying I'd love to see a little bit more Joey Gatewood. It's not that I say anything negative towards Bo Nix, but just off the hoof, getting some plays for Gatewood. Man, this past Saturday was impressive, continues to be impressive. And I tell you what is so eye-opening to me is his athleticism running the football. This guy's faster than others on the field.
He is.
Even in SEC play,
I know.
He's faster than others on the field. You kind of thought that. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way.
It was just an assumption.
It was an assumption. Yeah. We had heard that through the grapevine. A lot of times, especially with a freshman, you got to wait and see him out on the field and say,
"That's right.
Is this for real?" It is, man. He's a gamer. He's tough. He's physical. I just feel good about where we're going there, Brett, and that says a lot because one of the topics that we'll talk about today is defensive side of the football for Auburn, and the changes we've made there over the last 10 years are eye-opening.
You said it for a long time. The thing that can make this offense a difference maker, or the thing that makes this offense a difference maker, is a quarterback can run the football. And we were all skeptical of how well Bo Nix could run. We didn't question if he could run. How much endurance would he have? How much could he take in the punishment and all? And that still remains to be seen. But he's already proven that he's got the skill, and he is truly a dual-threat quarterback. He was the number one dual-threat quarterback in the country for a reason. We see that now. And, man, with him being able to lead the team in rushing this past weekend, Gus Malzahn's showing he's not afraid to let Bo Nix call his own number and make this offense run the way it ran with Nick Marshall. And, I mean, what were you saying you would like to see a quarterback rush for in a year in this offense?
You know, I'd seen where the SEC Network had gone back and looked when Auburn under Gus Malzahn had a quarterback rush for 800 yards.
800.
On the season, the difference that we've seen. And it's not necessary that that's the case.
Yeah.
If you get numbers like we had this past Saturday, that's enough. 7 carries, 60 yards.
Makes you respect it.
And a touchdown. 60 yards on average a game by the quarterback that takes your rushing attack from, let's just say you're positive, from 175 to 235 to 255 to 275. If you can get a quarterback adding into what the running back position's doing and get the speed sweep going even better, it changes the dynamic of the game, and I love where we stand right now.
Well, it's taking pressure off of Booby Whitlow, Cam Martin, Sean Shivers. You got all those guys, and what we're seeing, and I think we all need to stop for a second and give Gus Malzahn a little credit here. B.B. Whitlow's not running the ball 31 times for 165 yards. It's important to have a 1,000-yard back in this offense. Gus Malzahn talks about that. He, in the offensive line, kind of issued that as a challenge to themselves this year going in because they didn't have one for the first time in, 9 years in Auburn last year. I don't know if we're going to get one this year. I mean, B.B. Whitlow's had 67 yards and now 55 yards in the last 2 games. He's not on pace to run for 1,000 yards this year unless we go deep, into postseason play. So, Bo Nix, B.B. Whitlow, it's by committee back there running the football. If you look at the total number of rushing yards for Auburn, they ran it 45 total times for a little over 200 yards, but they got it done through the air, 361 yards passing. That's what I really wanted to see out of this game was Bo Nix finally have some numbers that weren't vanilla, not 12 of 20 for 110 yards. That's not what he did this past weekend. He had, let's see on here, as far as the number of completions, he only had, 5 incompletions? 2 of them were drops. So, I mean, the guy's deadly accurate. We saw it at Pinson Valley. We saw what he was able to do. But we all know that we need to pump the brakes a little bit when a guy goes into the SEC because the level of play is different. He's getting better every week. I think that's all anybody wants to see.
That pass to Anthony Schwartz down the left sideline, right on the numbers. Timing was perfect between the two of them. That was key because I think that's going to play out a little bit more. And Seth Williams' play in general, Brett. 8 catches, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Auburn has not had a receiver that's gone over 1,000 yards since Ronnie Daniels. Darvin Adams was a go-to guy for Cam Newton and for Todd, but we haven't had anyone that's really imposed their will on that side of the ball at the receiver position in quite some time. And Seth Williams has the skill set to be able to do that. And we'll see how the rest of the season progresses, but it's kind of interesting to me to watch Sal Cannella and other receivers talk about Seth Williams. And when the guys that play with you hold you in a high regard, that may say a little bit more about you than what you and I, who aren't at practice, who aren't involved in, we're not playing the position. We don't know what greatness looks like, especially when we're right beside it. But the receivers that are beside him know greatness, and they're saying that to us, and hopefully we'll keep getting that on Saturdays.
Yeah, and you mentioned a guy like Sal Cannella that's all of a sudden every time he's targeted, he catches it. He's not dropping it. He's not, that just makes this team even stronger when you have players that actually, when their number's called, they execute. Now you got to go respect Sal Cannella a little bit. Now that makes Seth Williams even more dangerous because you can't afford to double team him. You know that Will Hastings is good for a couple of 3 catches, and sometimes more than likely are going to be big catches. Eli Stove in the mix, Anthony Schwartz in the mix. This team's healthy right now. They're getting better every single week. The offensive line gave Bo Nix plenty of time to look downfield and find these wide receivers. That's the thing that's exciting to me. And then, of course, on the defensive side of the ball, which we'll get into in the second segment here, and we'll just kind of segue into that. This defense is just – you heard Kyle and Hill talk about this defensive front for Auburn, and you heard Derek Brown talk about him and how much they respected him as a top running back in this conference. Kyle and Hill said there ain't any doubt Derek Brown's a top 10 pick. He came out and tweeted it this week. He said there is no question that Derek Brown is a top 10 pick, and they respected him. He respected them, and this defense is just not going to allow you to line up and run the football on them. And Andy and I talked about this yesterday, the eerie difference in how Alabama and Auburn are now. Alabama's kind of become Auburn, and Auburn's kind of become Alabama. It's weird because Alabama's giving up points. They're giving up yards on the ground. They're not as good defensively as they have been in the past, and they're getting it done through the air. They're kind of they're running the ball enough, but they'd rather throw it all over the field because that's their best weapon, Tua and that receiving core. Auburn's kind of flipped the script. Auburn's like, we're going to play defense. We're going to shut you down running, make you one-dimensional, and we're going to go over here and we're going to try to power run game you to death and then hit you with 20, maybe 25 passes a game, not anything over the top. It's weird kind of how it's flipped.
Well, there's only so many losses you can take, and I don't know that it rears its ugly head for Alabama this year. But as I watched that game, and we've got a couple more minutes, so I'll just give you a couple of takes off that Ole Miss.
Yeah.
First off, that quarterback that's back there for Ole Miss is a flat athlete.
Plumlee.
Holy
we
moly.
remember him in the recruiting process.
Yes, I remember him.
Yep.
But he makes fast SEC athletes look slow. And some quarterbacks and some athletes just do that. I don't care what they run a 40 in. You put pads on some guys, they're quicker, they're faster than the opposition.
Yeah.
And I tell you, the thing that really was eye-opening to me was watching Lee and watching a few of the other Alabama linebackers trying to catch him in open space. They couldn't. They don't run well enough. And it's hard to lose a top 5 pick like Dylan Moses projected to be, and the way that he ran sideline to sideline, and some of those ball hawks that Alabama's been able to put out there that run sideline to sideline. And since Dante Hightower and some of those guys have been through, we haven't seen the massive, big-body linebackers for Alabama.
Yeah, Reggie Ragland.
We've had the Mac Wilsons, really good. Rashawn Evans, exceptional. Reuben Foster. All these guys really run well sideline to sideline. Lee does not run well sideline to sideline. He's a thumper, a good player. I know he's really young, but he was getting run by with a very versatile quarterback back there in the backfield. And that's something to probably key on and something to watch a little bit more of as the season progresses.
They kind of broke that down on the SEC Network,
They talk about that exact topic?
They did. Doring and Chiswick both talked about, hey, SEC West teams turning on the film right now, looking at Alabama, seeing some things they like. Just is what it is.
I haven't seen that. I want to go back and watch because that was off the hoof. That was my take on Saturday. I'm like,
that's exactly what they said.
Just don't run as well as they have in the past.
Exactly what they said. Stay tuned. More of the Auburn Blitz coming your way right after this.
The Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales in Opelika has the largest selection of prestige cars, trucks, and SUVs in Central and East Alabama, all with financing available, little to no money down, and extended warranties. Get pre-qualified in under 2 minutes, online or from your mobile device at GillsPrestigeOnline.com. It's the Prestige Selection at Gill's Auto Sales, 1430 Gateway Drive in Opelika.
Lake Martin Building Supply, located on Dayville Road in Alexander City. Owners Tiffany and Michael Huff believe in constantly improving their inventory for you. From deer corn, feeders, to a Valspar paint, to top quality lumber and RV section, Lake Martin Building Supply welcomes each customer that comes through the door with a warm hello and a pleasant goodbye, and a come back to see us real soon. That's Lake Martin Building Supply, Dayville Road. Call today, 256-234-5500.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Boaters in the Lake Martin area know whether you need service, maintenance, repairs, a great selection of pre-owned boats, or a brand new pontoon. Alex City Marine at the corner of 63 and 280 is there for you. Thanks to a record-setting sales year, Alex City Marine now has one of the finest pre-owned inventories they've ever had. Repairs, service, routine maintenance, for all your boating needs. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine at the corner of 63 and 280. Check them out online at alexcitymarine.com.
Hidley Towers is an affordable senior citizen community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East, where spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living, where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more about Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552, for your family at Hidley Towers. That's 256-329-0552.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Employee pricing continues at Bice Motors. Lease the 2019 Dodge Challenger for $289 a month with 0 down. Get 0% financing plus $4,500 consumer cash on 2019 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Get a 2019 Jeep Compass Sport for $19,500.
We guarantee the lowest price, or we'll pay you the difference in price twice.
Employee pricing continues at Bice Motors in Alex City.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, brought to you by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores and Mortgage Pro there at McKinley team. Want to thank all of you for staying with us through your lunch hour. Going to get to some comments here and some other topics that we want to dive into. But again, want to thank everybody for commenting away here on Facebook. Dial us up on Sports Blitz Live. That's Sports with a Z, and that's how you can find us every day. Scott said, "What's up, War Eagle? Ready for Saturday to see what we got against a pretty good defense down in Gainesville." Scott said, "I was really surprised at how fast Bo Nix was in this Mississippi State game."
He's an athlete. He, again, makes very fast, very quick SEC defenses look slow of foot, especially on the defensive line.
Yeah.
And quick, good quarterbacks that are mobile do that. I'm going to go back one more time. At Cat for Ole Miss, that is an athlete. I mean, what does this guy run? Like some kind of crazy subpar 4.40?
You know, Auburn was on him, and then Auburn really didn't want, and Georgia was too. I think Georgia was going to offer him a chance to
play another
position or something. I mean, but he was a 4-star recruit.
Okay.
And a lot of people, he was a top recruit. I mean, he's a good player.
I'm not the recruit, Nick, that you and Luke are. Yeah. Andy and I we come in late when it comes to that.
Plumlee was a guy I thought we were probably going to get for some reason, and then he ended up, Ole Miss came in and I think just said, "Look, you're going to have an opportunity to come over here and play."
Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Now, we've got a really good quarterback, too, that's going to be, kind of controlling us for the next 3 years.
Schrader.
I was very impressed with Schrader and very impressed with Ole Miss in a tough situation where they didn't stand a chance against Alabama. But still, both of those guys did really well. We got a lot of good young quarterbacks in this conference.
There's a lot of good quarterbacks, and, quarterbacks make your team go. Andy said, I cheated Mississippi State a late TD on the sheet. It's 56-23 on here, not 56-16. Our predictions were pretty close on this game, all of us. I think I had 49-10. It was 42-9 at half. I went, I texted all y'all. I was like, man, I thought we would beat them. I didn't think we'd beat them like that. And so in the second half, and we took a lot of guys out early.
True.
We could have scored 70 points on this. I mean, that's kind of where I was going with that, with the way we played at home.
Well, Gus Malzahn, one of the characteristics of him when we're successful is he kind of gets in a rhythm. His play calling gets in a rhythm. Everything he's calling seems to work. Even the odd and end plays seem to be, man, you dialed that one up at a perfect time. It doesn't look off. And he's a rhythm coach, and he's a rhythm offensive coordinator that's now the head coach.
Boy, he looks so different, too, on the sideline.
When he gets things going, we can score like this. And this isn't the first time we've seen this. We've seen this in years past.
Why did it go away in 15? That's when Malzahn decided to go, let's get me an offensive coordinator, and I'm going to try some new things. And he went away from that because he had lost it there. I mean, let's kind of go back and flash back to that Now it was like, well, I'm going to step back and I'm going to take back over. Now it looks like the days of old. I mean,
well, giving the coach the benefit of the doubt, he had not really been thrown to the fire other than one head coaching year. And he had a very successful 2013 with a lot of confidence and a lot of really good players to go along with it. And 14, you had a quarterback coming back that it's going to be tough to not. So I don't know. It was really his first role at developing a quarterback himself. And I think he's learned a lot. Let's all hope that we've kind of through the mediocre years, because we've had some really high peaks.
This is where Dabo Swinney, Randy, started to take off with his career at Clemson.
And he seems different. His press conferences are worth listening to. He actually smiles a little bit more. And all of those things feed down to players. You know, it's no different than a business. You know, look, I'm as bad as anyone. When you're in a bad mood, you kind of bring everybody else down to your level. When you're in a good mood and you're actually chipper and things are going, you know, the people that are working with you or playing for you rub off. And right now he's rubbing off in a positive way.
He is. Some more comments before we get to some of this other stuff. Scott said, I was about to ask you, Randy, does Seth or Schwartz get over 1,000 yards this year?
I think Seth Williams will. I think Anthony Schwartz has an opportunity to get over 1,000 yards of total offense.
I think so too.
We're going to give him the football on that end around 2 or 3 times a game. And if they don't defend it well, he's going to get 40, 50 yards, in some games even more than that. He is a huge piece to the puzzle. The whole puzzle is kind of coming together on the offensive side of the ball. Another huge piece of the puzzle to me, as I'm sitting here just talking and off the top of my head, we got to control these fumbles. We've got to get a grip on
5 more on Saturday,
fumbling the football. And it's not like coaches aren't working with them.
It's going to hurt them in a big game.
It's going to hurt us really bad in a big game, especially a game where our defense is not able to slow them down early. And we've got some teams coming down the pipe that it's going to be a scoring battle.
And you go into some tough places to play.
Hopefully we're getting it out of our system here in the early part of the year.
Get whatever that disease is. Feinbaum said yesterday on air that LSU and Auburn would beat Alabama this year. He's saying that both look, that's what we talked about off the air a little bit. There's a chance that all 3 of these teams could be 11-1 and all be a round robin beat. You know, it could be, you know, LSU beating Auburn, Auburn beating Alabama, and Alabama beating LSU, and everybody just kind of having one loss sitting there in the Western Division. I mean, it could happen.
I'll feel a little bit better after I watch us play this weekend.
Yeah.
You know, I've been very bullish on us all during the off season and the start of this season. I can't get a beat on Saturday. And the reason I can't get a beat on Saturday is Dan Mullen. This guy can coach. And this guy can coach up quarterbacks and offenses well enough that even when he doesn't match you skill set wise, he can bring a guy that hasn't started a game since the 9th grade, and all of a sudden this Trask guy can play, Brett. And it's
Trask hadn't played. I think the outlier there, and I think the reason people can't get a beat, I think Trask is going to understand what it's like to play the best defense on their schedule.
Well, and we'll see that. Yep. But, you know, they've got a lot of momentum going into the football game. I think they've got positive momentum with the program in general, and it's going to be rowdy. It's going to be obnoxiously rowdy down there. And we've had some success in that environment.
Yeah.
I really just do not have a beat on Saturday. It's not that I'm concerned, because I think it's going to be a very good football game. I just don't think we're going to run away from Florida in Gainesville.
Yeah, it'll be tough to, that's for sure. A couple more. Do you guys think the bye week after Florida will hurt our momentum? And Andy said Plumlee can flourish in a rich rod offense. We'll get to those and more, and when we come back, talk some Auburn defense and some other things. Stay tuned, more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization. Wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat. Full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma. All with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
Lex Wedgeworth has been the most trusted pest control for generations, and now with EnviroCare, you can expect the same high standards for all your pest control needs. EnviroCare's exclusive Centricon termite colony elimination system provides the industry standard to protect your home or business. EnviroCare's Centricon system protects your home year-round. Call the professionals at EnviroCare throughout East Central Alabama for a free estimate. Nobody cares like EnviroCare, the next generation of full pest control for your home or business.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundation. This week's matchup will feature the Hoover Bucks versus the Tuscaloosa County Wildcats. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of AHSAA Super 7, live from Jordan-Hare.
Cater your tailgate and game day parties with Chicken Salad Chick. All the Chick favorites like Buffalo Barkley, Kickin' Caitlin, and Sassy Scotty make the perfect dips and sandwich platters. Chicken Salad Chick is always a great choice when planning for a crowd. Our grab-and-go quick chicks make it easy. And now for a limited time, Rockin' Rita is back. Made with Wickles spicy red relish, this flavor has a kick of spice. Chicken Salad Chick and fall football, the perfect matchup.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
At Mortgage Pro, we won't be able to finance a new car or new boat. We can't open you a checking account. Mortgage Pro specializes in mortgage loans. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your current home, the only way to go is Mortgage Pro. We can close in 15 days or less. We can offer the best rates in the mortgage industry. And we can waive appraisal fees on any new loan from September 1st until December 31st. Call Mortgage Pro today.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Halfway through today's show, and again, continue to send us some comments and talk to us that way. We appreciate all of your comments and questions. I want to slide over and kind of do a flashback to where we are today, kind of how we got to where this Auburn defense is today, and how good Kevin Steele really is, and how much of a difference he makes in this football team and giving Auburn a chance to compete for a championship. And you go back to 2009, Randy, with the Ted Roof years, 9, 10, and 11, and then enters Brian Van Gorder for a year in 12, and then in 13 you have Ellis Johnson, in 14 you have Ellis Johnson, and in 15 Will Muschamp, and then Kevin Steele comes on the scene. And I'll kind of kick it over to you and let you run down for everybody how bad our defense was. And I want to remind everybody, in this stretch were 2 of the best years in Auburn football history, in 2010 and 2013. So there was some highs and there was some doggone bad lows in there, especially 11 and 12. So just the numbers.
Well, it's easy to go back to 2014 and remember doing a program much like this and going, what if Auburn gets a defense to go along with a great offense and a great offensive mind and Gus Malzahn? Well, we're starting to hopefully see that this year, and hopefully we can continue this on moving forward. Going back to 2009, Ted Roof, we were 68th overall in defense that year, 78th against the run, Pitiful. 31 against the pass. So actually had a pretty good pass defense in 2009. In 2010, keep in mind, won a national championship. Nick Fairley, 10.5 sacks. Listen to these numbers still, though. 60th in total defense in the country. We were 9th in the country against the rush.
Not bad.
76th against the pass.
Now, how did it flip scripts so fast? 31 against the pass in 2009 and then 76 in 10. Did we lose a lot from 9 to 10?
Well, it's a very, very good question. I'm guessing back in the secondary, but also, you know, we just decided that we were going to stop one phase of the football game and give up one of the other. And we had some games there where we just outscored folks. You know, I go back to that Arkansas game. Arkansas threw it all over the field. So you get a game like that, it changes these numbers drastically. But still, even the games where we're outscoring this year, Brett, I don't think this defense is going to, unless it's a Tua-led Alabama team that's got nothing but pros all over the field, there's nobody else that I go, man, they're going to get 40 on us. We're going to have to beat them 49-42. Yeah. Back then, I felt like that every Saturday that we played somebody that was pretty good.
And I went to almost every one of those games. In 10, I went to Kentucky where we had to hold on, had to have a drive late to win the game. You know, it was like that. You just knew that it was probably going to come down to the wire, and we did. We went on the road and didn't play well against Mississippi State. That was kind of an outlier game that year because we ended up winning 17-14. But for the most part, we had to score points to beat people because our defense would get a key stop in the right time, it seemed like, to be able to hold on to win. But, man, it was up and down the field at a rapid pace.
Rest of these years are much the same. In 2011, 81st overall defense, 94th against the rush in 2011, and 86th against the pass. Just pitiful. Brian Van Gorder, the one year that we had him, the worst football team in program history, 2012, 79th overall defense, 97th against the rush, 99th against the pass. Ellis Johnson comes in, abysmal. Same old stretch. 86th in 2013 where we play for a national championship, and we have the 86th best defense in the country in 2013. Just imagine what
ended up costing us too.
Yep, 62 against the rush, 63 against the pass. Will Muschamp, 2015 comes in. Actually, 2014 we were 64th, slightly better, but still not very good. Will Muschamp in his 1 year at Auburn in 2015, 71st overall defense. Pitiful. 81st against the rush, 31 in pass efficiency. And here comes in Kevin Steele. And Kevin Steele came in. I remember doing the programs with you and Andy and going,
I don't know if this is a good hire or not.
Did this work out?
Remember how many you gave up to, was it West Virginia in the Orange Bowl?
For Clemson.
70.
Since he's been here, 2016, 28th overall defense in the country. 2017, 14th overall defense in the country. 2018, 38th overall defense in the country. Currently, in 2019, 33rd overall defense in the country. I think it's fitting to say that Andy Graham, back during that 2014 March, said, or that 2014 season, I remember doing a program and him going, if Auburn can get a top 40 defense, what could we do? With Gus Malzahn, what could we do with a top 40 defense? Kevin Steele's never put a defense out there on the field at Auburn that's been less than at least a top 40 defense, and right now 33rd in the country, and everyone's kind of talking about this Auburn defense at this point.
And the other part of this equation, too, Andy brought up, he said this will be the first time that Auburn will put a defense like this on the field with a Gus Malzahn played offense. He wasn't calling the plays. When we either had a bad defense when he's calling the plays, or we had a good defense and he wasn't calling the plays. Now what's going to happen that he's doing both? Well, you see, they're 5-0. Defense is right on pace to do what they've been doing under Kevin Steele, but the offense looks like it's kind of awakened. It's kind of come back to its old form from a couple years ago, which is extremely key. Some questions and some comments coming in. Going back to Andy's comment, he said he thinks Plumlee can flourish in a Rich Rod offense over at Ole Miss. Steven said other than the fumbles, we're clicking at the right time right now. Scott said, do you think Gus and the other coaches will use the fact that Florida scheduled homecoming for this weekend as a little extra motivation. I think good football teams just go down and they keep doing what they do. They don't worry about the peripheral stuff.
This is a physical football team. This is a football team that embraces physicality. I believe that.
Yeah.
KJ Britt comes out and said, we don't like soft people around.
Yeah.
And man, that's what I want to hear. And it's because the mental is, that's what I thought of Auburn defense for all those years. Doesn't matter. We never won national championships. We were in the hunt. But you played us, it was going to be a physical brand of football that we enjoyed and we appreciated, and we had an identity.
Oh, yeah.
And somehow we lost that identity for a decade or more. That identity's back. And I keep going back to a couple of different guys, but there's two guys on that defensive staff that deserves a lot of credit for that, because I don't think they'll put up with anything less. I don't care how long Travis Williams is on this staff or Rodney Garner is on this staff. If guys don't play physical for them, they won't play.
That's right.
And so I feel good. Everyone that they throw out there, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get something that is expected of an Auburn defensive player, and I think that a lot of that goes towards Gus Malzahn getting those two guys back here.
I like that mentality. Hopefully we'll.
You already know the power and reliability of a Mahindra tractor. Get ready to meet their ATV and UTV lines. Haul more and tow more. Do more. Reaching speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Models have a 12-inch ground clearance and the ability to haul up to 1,200 pounds. There's a Mahindra utility vehicle and a model specifically to get the job done. Test drive today at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor. Serving Tallapoosa, Coosa, Clay, and Talladega counties. 256-392-3613.
Guys, it's back! Inline skating. Rock and roll hair. Calling this thing a pound sign instead of a hashtag? No, the Zensation is back at Zaxby's.
The Zensation Salad is back, and introducing the new Zensation Filet Sandwich Meal with hand-breaded chicken, Asian slaw, wonton strips, and citrus vinaigrette, both served with an egg roll. The Zensation Salad and Filet Sandwich Meal, only at Zaxby's.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Expect it or not, the loss of a loved one is difficult. Put your family first by planning ahead. This is Joseph Dean, new owner of Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers. We are a full-service funeral home with an on-site crematory and cemetery. Whether your need is immediate or you would like to plan in advance, our experienced, compassionate staff can assist you in designing an enduring memorial experience, burial, or cremation. Alabama Funeral Homes and Cremation Centers on Highway 280 in Camp Hill, or online, alabamafuneralhomes.com.
Harbor Point Ship Store has everything to make your day on the lake more enjoyable. Come on out to the biggest marina on the water. They have pizza, hot dogs, burgers, and more. Get your gas, groceries, snacks, ice, and everything you need for a fun day on the lake. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned boat? Harbor Point has the best selection around of everyone's favorite Crest pontoons and Four Winds boats. Harbor Point also has a great selection of pre-owned boats. Come on out and take a look at Harbor Point, Marina Point Road in Dadeville. Get to the point.
Tires are important, and when getting a great price on tires, you want to get it right. So make the short drive to Wright's Tire in Sylacauga. Wright's Tire can get you any make or model of tire, and they make the drive worth it with volume pricing. Whether North Tallapoosa, South Talladega, or Coosa County, make the right choice, the right selection, the right service, and the right price. All at Wright's Tire on Fort William Street in Sylacauga. Call for a free quote, 256-245-7778, and get the right price on tires.
Cater your tailgate and game day parties with Chicken Salad Chick. All the Chick favorites like Buffalo Barkley, Kickin' Kaylin, and Sassy Scotty make the perfect dips and sandwich platters. Chicken Salad Chick is always a great choice when planning for a crowd. Our grab-and-go quick chicks make it easy. And now for a limited time, Rockin' Rita is back. Made with Wickles spicy red relish, this flavor has a kick of spice. Chicken Salad Chick and fall football, the perfect matchup.
Hi, I'm Kurt Bowman, General Manager of Vaden Toyota. We'd like to announce our new lifetime warranty on any new Toyota.
Hashtag lifetime warranty.
Hashtag we love our customers.
It can be used nationwide at no additional cost.
Hashtag customer service.
So come on by and let us show you
the Vaden way.
Hashtag maintenance matters.
Hashtag totally awesome.
Vaden Toyota of Silicaga, just a short drive from home or online.
Hashtag your neighborhood dealership.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. A couple more segments on today's show. Some other comments coming in. G says, how does Florida score when they get tested? Patrick said, I don't think Florida is overrated. I just don't think they've been tested yet. So G's kind of in response to that. How do they respond when they get tested?
Well, I think that's the big question mark. Dan Mullen teams normally have responded fairly well.
Yeah.
And I know he's new to Gainesville, but he's also brings a dynamic to this game at the head coaching position that makes me a little tentative.
Yeah.
I do think he's just a good coach. If he could get top-tier talent at Florida at some point, Brett, he could get them to championship level. He's not far from it right now.
Yeah, they're on the cusp. They're working their way in the right direction. And, I think regardless of how the game goes for them Saturday, he knew this was going to be a 2 to 3 to 4 year deal for them.
It's still pretty interesting and eye-opening to see how many 4- and 5-star athletes are on some of these top 10 teams on that tweet last week.
And we ran it down yesterday.
One that we talked, 68 for Alabama 4- and 5-star athletes. Auburn has 46, which is, right there in the middle of that top 10.
That's right.
Florida only with 39 4- and 5-star athletes.
Would you ever thought you'd heard that?
No, when you look at the recruiting rankings right now, Dan Mullen's doing fine, but he's still not recruiting to the top tier yet.
Yeah, that's right. We'll shift gears a little bit. A couple things we want to cover before we get off today here in the next 20 minutes. Number one, Auburn basketball right now. Saturday in the stadium, every timeout, every break, every opportunity on the Jumbotron, it was about Auburn basketball. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I've been going to Auburn football games for 30-something plus years, and nobody ever talked about anything in basketball in Jordan-Hare Stadium until Bruce Pearl arrived. And he commands the stage. It's Bruce Pearl during timeouts talking to the fans, and it's the most unreal thing that you've ever witnessed. And the roars in the crowd for the basketball team when they got put up on the Jumbotron were maybe louder than any play that Auburn had in the football game. It's crazy. So this recruiting is at a level we've never seen before in our whole life. Massive news with Sharif Cooper committing. We had Jason Caldwell on Friday, and he felt like that was coming. Well, he committed that night. So it was a really good start to the weekend for Auburn.
Well, when you are calling high school football on Friday night and you're getting fist pumps down on the field from fans of Auburn that that are checking out their phone, and you and I as well, about Auburn basketball, it's an alternate universe. I don't know what else to say. It's just a different time frame to be an Auburn basketball fan. And we can ride a wave as well as any fan base out there, Brett. And we're going to ride this one. And Bruce Pearl's, I think he's just getting started. He seems motivated, seems like his energy level's not dwindled even the least a little bit. And if he gets more Sharif Coopers with the team that he's currently already got put together, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't say – are you excited about tip-off at Toomer's?
Are you kidding?
Love that idea.
Yeah, it got washed out last year by a hurricane. It's like Andy said, it'll probably come a monsoon. We ain't had rain in 3 months, it seems like, and it'll probably rain. But he brought that up, and then, again, that's going to be a fun night to put that court in the middle of Toomer's Corner, and there'll be so many people down there you probably won't be able to get close to it. But it's just the atmosphere and what basketball brings to the table. Sharif Cooper, after he commits, gets on Twitter, says, now I'm the recruiter. I've become a recruiter. and he's going after the likes of Greg Brown, who 24/7 has 100% to Texas as the number one power forward. He's from Texas. But he's got a relationship with Sharif Cooper. You can see things kind of turn when one guy goes. I think it'll be a long shot to get him, but Green was in town with Sharif Cooper during all this kind of stuff. He's actually rated higher than Sharif Cooper. You get him, or you get Brakefield, who's still in the mix, who Sharif Cooper's really close to. I mean, those are some of the guys. If you get one of them, man, if you get two, it just blows your socks off. If you get one more to go with Sharif Cooper in this class, it's a class we've never seen.
Well, you've got to also watch the same way that we do football recruiting. So,
right.
If I'm lacking at offensive line, then this class may need to go heavy with offensive line play. This class is going to need to go heavy with inside presence because you're losing Anthony McLemore and Austin Wiley. They'll be gone after this year. And with them exiting stage left, you got to find someone down in the post to take up the presence that those two have been able to present. And Horace Spencer, who, by the way, had a double-double overseas last night, really playing well. So that's a great story right there for Horace Spencer. But you have those three guys gone from that Final Four team last year. You got to find someone to impose their will inside. So we'll see how that ends up. But I know that's where the interest is of this coaching staff, is to get a couple of more guys down there.
Got to get some bigger bodies down underneath, no doubt about it. We'll shift gears and we'll carry this over into the last segment of the show and then also kind of go down some other things. But this California ruling is shaking things up in NCAA sports. And you retweeted Darren Ravel. I did too. And, I've kind of been saying it, and I saw what you said. I've been on this show playing devil's advocate, and rightfully so, because, it's hard to stop the inevitable and what we know that's coming down the tracks. But Darren Ravel's tweet says, "I'm not arguing for or against college athlete endorsements, but this is what it comes to. And this is what I was telling everybody you just need to brace yourself for. If you're willing to accept this, so be it." Number one, the end of the NCAA. Everybody's been clamoring for it. Probably going to see it because all these other states are going to follow suit, which will make the NCAA irrelevant. They won't have anybody to govern. So by default, they'll be out. Number two, fewer rules, more cheating. Imagine that. There's cheating going on all over the place right now. It's going to be more of it. And number three, complete professionalization of college sports. Players won't be tied to academics and likely won't need to go to class. A lot of people don't even think about that. The amateurization of what it is to play in college and what college athletes mean to the whole scheme. So you won't have any of that anymore when you go ahead and cross this line. This thing's a long way from being over, but we'll kind of check it and see. We'll come back and we'll talk some more about it here in the final segment. Stay tuned for the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Mortgage Pro is the new standard for mortgage loans. While other banks are taking 45 to 60 days to close a loan, Mortgage Pro is making it happen in less than 15 days. Your mortgage loan goes from start to finish in less than 15 days. Mortgage Pro is able to make this happen by having the most advanced technology and a highly trained staff with over 98 years combined experience. If you're looking to buy a home or refinance your current mortgage, call Mortgage Pro and let our team go to work for you.
So, you may not know it, but you've seen our work everywhere. For a combined 50 years, SignSource has been Central Alabama's premier option for all your sign needs. Custom signs for your business, club, or organization, wraps and decals for your vehicle or boat, full-color banners for your big sale, or a photo collage on canvas for grandma, all with fast, friendly, prompt service. Check out our website at signsourcenow.com. 888-533-6758. Go straight to the source. SignSource.
I am Lisa McClendon from Country Financial, and I have spent years in our community helping people protect their homes, cars, and lives. I am proud to be a member of the 2018 National Championship Team and a National Advisory Council member for Country Financial. Complete financial security does not end with just insurance. I am also here to help you plan for your financial future.
Together, we can help you set up a step-by-step plan to reach financial security.
Let's talk soon.
WOTM, your TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundation. This week's matchup will feature the Hoover Bucks versus the Tuscaloosa County Wildcats. Stay with WOTM through the postseason for live games all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the home of AHSAA Super 7, live from Jordan Hare.
Cater your tailgate and game day parties with Chicken Salad Chick. All the Chick favorites like Buffalo Barkley, Kickin' Caitlin, and Sassy Scotty make the perfect dips and sandwich platters. Chicken Salad Chick is always a great choice when planning for a crowd. Our grab-and-go quick chicks make it easy. And now for a limited time, Rockin' Rita is back. Made with Wickles spicy red relish, this flavor has a kick of spice. Chicken Salad Chick and fall football, the perfect matchup.
LMG Advertising Agency offers a comprehensive marketing solution tailored to each of our clients' needs. We are a full-service marketing firm offering website design and development, video production, social media marketing, search engine optimization, and overall branding that includes logo design, brochures, mailouts, and more. Our experienced team of marketing professionals would love to come up with a marketing strategy that will deliver results for you and your business. Learn more at lmgadagency.com or call today to start at 256-825-0197.
Find everything you need for the perfect outdoor living space at Russell Do-It Center, like the Fire Rock Outdoor Conventional Fireplace, smartly designed masonry systems that are easy to install and are less than half the cost of a scratch-built brick and mortar fireplace. Weber Grills, the best outdoor gas, electric, and charcoal grills, which always come pre-assembled. Yeti Coolers, premium coolers and accessories that are the ultimate in design, performance, and durability. Russell Do-It Center, experience and knowledge from the pros.
Unfortunately, there's not near enough time to cover this topic, so we're going to just skim the surface and then we'll be out of time. But this California rule of allowing players to take advantage of their likeness and get paid for it. Now the NCAA's, they pretty much said if you do this, then your member institutions won't be allowed to participate. Well, we all know where this is going. All these other states are going to be forced. I mean, I'm using the word forced to follow suit. South Carolina's already got a bill on the table, so who will be the next one to do this? You're putting players in a position where you're steering them toward certain programs because of contracts they have with shoe companies like Adidas and Nike and Under Armour and all that. Darren Ravel hit it on the head. I thought his 3 bullet points were perfect. That's kind of what we've been discussing for 2 or 3 months on this show about when all this stuff was brought up. There's no way you can contain all this stuff now. And I'm not saying that these kids don't deserve money for their likeness when the university and the coaches and everybody else is benefiting from their play. There is something unethical about that you're using somebody else's talent to make a profit and they're not getting anything. But
other than the education, which some will throw out there.
But somebody threw this out there too. I saw this tweet. $180,000 as opposed to millions. Somebody actually commented on one of our posts on Sports Blitz Live on our Facebook page. $180,000 in referencing what you get with an education versus multiple millions. There's no competition there. So, but what you've done is you've lost the pure essence of college athletics. And it's not going to exist the way we've all grown up and known it before. And so people just need to brace themselves for it. I don't have an answer for it. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. If you ask me straight up, I'm entitled to my own opinion, and there's a lot of people in my boat. I don't like it because it's ruining what I've known for my whole life and what I've enjoyed. Now, will I adapt? Will I adjust? Sure I will. I mean, it's life. It's what you deal with.
It's going to be interesting to watch it from an advertising standpoint. That's the industry I work in. That's what you and I do for a living. with what we're doing right here. And let's just throw a couple of ideas out there. Influencer marketing is growing by leaps and bounds anyway. So you throw X face up there to talk on social media outlets about whatever product that you may be, that's going to continue to grow. Now, let's just say, sitting here in this state, where does this go? So you have X player that you and I reach out to that's part of Auburn Blitz programming.
Yeah.
And he's out on the field on Saturday, and then maybe we have him on the program, and maybe he goes out and he sells other advertisements, and then how does that money get funneled into his pocket, into his family's pocket? Here's where it's all going to come down to. It'll be this is going to happen quickly. The first national recruit that chooses USC over Alabama changes it all. Because I promise you Nick Saban's not for it. I promise you the university's not for it. But here's what I also promise you is that Nick Saban's not going to lose a recruit because these things don't match up with one another.
That's right.
So you ask which state's next? Whichever one loses a recruit.
Yeah, that's right.
Because
this is
the
going back
outcry
to the
that's
Zion
going,
Williamson thing. I mean, we're all dumb not to think there wasn't a bidding war for that guy. Okay?
Yes, of course
and
there
so,
was.
I mean, let's just look at it. You're right. I mean, it's the next athlete up who's going to get offered more over here versus over here and what the restrictions are going to be because there's unrestricted rules.
I don't know if I've told you this number, but I saw this. Do you know what the immediate value that New Orleans received by signing Zion Williamson? Immediate club value increase.
Probably.
How much more? How much more are they worth now than before?
I'm going to say maybe $500 million more.
It's the exact number. The exact number just from that signing, just from that lottery, just from that
because of the
random
attention it draws to
$500,000 is what that guy was worth to the value of the franchise. Let that sink in.
Because that was set by Michael Jordan and LeBron James and, generational type talent guys. They're taking a stab and a bid on that next guy being Zion Williamson.
Of course.
So that's where it is.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. Justin comes up with some stuff here. Bruce said this yesterday at his golf tournament. There won't be any banner ceremony. There won't be any rings on his fingers. Last year's over. Only reason Green came was because of Cooper. He's probably not coming. Need 2 more quality guys. So there it is, right out of the horse's mouth. And Justin said it's already on the book, already in the works here in the state of Alabama. This rule to change amateurism.
Well,
it's coming.
It's coming because
it's a runaway
let's
train.
keep it with basketball.
Runaway train.
UCLA's a national product, still in basketball. They still get top tier guys. You think Kansas? You think the state of North Carolina is going to lose Duke and North Carolina
Do you think Kansas
recruits?
cares about this NCAA investigation going on right now?
No, true.
They don't. They throwing a middle finger up to it. It's what Bill Self's doing. They have no control. I'm telling you. I said 5 to 10 years, NCAA would be gone. I'll retract that statement. It's coming a lot faster.
Well, and I know that you're up against the break of the program, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Yep.
Now you're going to get your opportunity to set up whatever it is that you think is going to these schools are going to adhere to.
We knew this
Can they
10
do?
years ago,
Can they
right?
do a better job than the NCAA is doing now? I don't know, man.
What job is the NCAA doing? It's so unequal as far as punishment versus one versus the other. I mean, how could it be any worse? And then sometimes people don't get anything. So I don't know. It's whatever governing body. They'll have to set new bylaws, new rules. This is crazy. I can't believe we're even talking about it.
It is crazy.
Yeah, it's not going to be what we grew up seeing, and that's just life. You make changes. You got 2 choices. You can go with it, or you can crumble it up and throw it away. And we'll just kind of see how it all plays out. It may not be terrible by the end of when it's all the dust settles. Maybe just because we've done it this way, in that statement, doesn't mean that it's always been the best way.
We're up against the break of the program, but watching the way these universities handle finances now is going to be unique. That's going to change. $100 million to a coach may change. Then do they hold on to them, or do all of these great college coaches decide now
how does this
because they can't make the money that they can make on the pro side?
Well, let me ask you this. How does this affect the pros? Now you got people that, we're already saying that college football already rivals NFL. You got a lot of people that care more about college than do pro anyway.
Well, I think
How does
this
this
is going
affect
to this is going to help the pros get the best coaches.
That's going to wrap it up here for the Auburn Blitz. We'll be back with you tomorrow, same time, same place. For Randy Lee, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we've enjoyed it. We hope you have. See you tomorrow.